It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, we're gonna talk about the City Girls for a little bit here. There's been a lot of speculation about whether or not they were gonna continue as a group, right? Their album had been on hold for a long time. A lot of people were wondering if it was ever gonna come out. JT has solo music that she's been working on. I think she has a solo album that she's gonna be putting out next year or sometime very soon. So there's a lot of people that are anticipating that and they want to hear what that's hitting on. She is actually the rapper of the group. I mean, she writes all her own stuff. Young Miami gets help from outsider people. She's not actually a rapper. She just joined the group because that was what JT wanted, and they've been able to catapult themselves to become mainstream celebrities and live the luxurious lifestyle that they wanted rather than how they were living back in Miami. As I just stated, they just released their new album, Raw, aka Real Ass Whores, which I don't understand why you would name an album that. It's a terrible title. If you're trying to show growth, which they're claiming that they are, I don't understand why you will put whores in your album title. But you know, I don't live in their head, they don't live in mine, and I really don't want to live in theirs at all any motherfucking way. However, they do have a new interview on The Breakfast Club where they addressed a lot of the rumors that have been circulating, any tension between the two members, if they're still friends, if they still tight, if they even enjoy being around each other at this point in their careers. They have had separate lives over the last couple of years. JT has been with Uzi going through whatever she's been going through with him. Their relationship has been very publicized. The issues, outside women, her busting them in the head at the BET Awards or whatever it was, throwing a phone around. Very tumultuous situation. Lil Uzi Vert came out and said that he's heartbroken or something, so I don't know if they're still together. Who really gives a fuck? But hopefully everyone is safe. Don't want them to be stuck in anything domestic. Young Miami, on the other hand, has had an on-again, off-again relationship with Sean P. Diddy, a.k.a. Love Combs. 1 minute they're together, the next minute they're not. 1 minute he's endorsing her. Well, he's always endorsing her, but just depends on how they're feeling, on whether or not they want to claim each other on a public level. But clearly, neither one of them is going anywhere. They're locked in, and he's helping her to elevate her brand. He got her Caresha Please podcast off the ground. It's on Revolt. She has a lot of potential to elevate herself into a whole new light. And we're going to talk about some of the controversy around that show as well, especially with her winning a BET Award for Best Podcast of the Year. So now what we're going to do is play some audio from the two young ladies and let them explain what's going on, or at least give their explanation or response to the public, and then we'll go from there, all right? So first up, we have them addressing breakup rumors and if they're still tight.
You said you got a lot of inspiration this week. Why? Just because people coming at y'all about the album?
Yeah, people coming at us, people talking shit about us, people telling us we should hang it up. Like, how you gonna tell us to hang up something you ain't ever even start or try or do? Like, you can't.
I could tell any hit album.
Yeah, they just talking shit like, oh, I think that y'all should wrap it up. I think y'all should do this. I think that people should do what they do. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? To say, do what you do. Don't encourage people to stop. That is some flaw ass shit for you to tell a black person, a black woman, a white woman, a polka dot woman, a polka dot man to stop trying to get money. Because get the money.
And just to clear it up, the group is not breaking up. Because I know a lot of people heard that single like, oh, the group's breaking up. The group is not breaking up. Y'all together, y'all doing albums, right?
There was a video from like the listening that went viral. People were like, okay, this shows that they're over. Like, people always do that to y'all.
I be drunk. I was drinking, and then she was late. So I think I was just sitting there like, nah. I was like,
just vibing to this. I think that like, it was a vibe. It was a picture. Okay, so you want to know the funny part about that story is it was a picture of me. Caresha looked more happy into it, and I looked like I was daydreaming, which I was because I'm always daydreaming. And the first picture that came out, people said that I looked at me, and I looked like I didn't want to be there. You get what I'm saying? No, from the same day. And then on the video, they said that she looked like she didn't want to be there. So it's all about body language and like picking apart people. I mean, it's popular to do. You get a hit tweet.
Get off social media. Like every now and then, just put the phone down. It's good for your mental health.
Yeah, when I be on
away.
social media, sometimes I be having a good day.
Yeah. I used to get so upset about it, and I used to get so upset when people say, but you got to remember, all them people ain't even in one house. They not together.
That's real.
They not together
That's
saying
real.
this shit. This is scattered. This one bitch in Missouri. This one bitch under a rock. This one bitch on Wi-Fi. This one. And I guarantee you, each one of those people hate their life. Somebody said, I heard they don't even ride in the same car together. Me and this girl have our own fucking money. You think we want to sit on each other's laps? We got fucking glam teams now. We got camera people that we got to, take with us. You only can hold so many people in a fucking SUV. So I heard somebody say that before, like, oh, I heard they don't ride in the same car together. And I was like, yo, people are crazy.
I mean, we don't. All these years we work.
But y'all be throwing each other under the bus, though. I don't throw him. Like, we ain't throwing each other under the bus.
I ain't never throw him under the bus.
He kept throwing you under the bus this whole show. He was like, don't say me. Don't say me.
Oh, that's true.
Now, we go back and forth for the show now, but we brothers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now we brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just light skinned. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give him a hard time. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so based on that, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. Young Miami definitely is not a morning person. She didn't have much to say. She was very mum. Didn't have a lot of feedback. JT was up and Adam. You know, they do this show really early in the morning, damn near like 5, 6 a.m. So she was in there on point, ready to go. Of course, Charlamagne and Envy, they do this thing every day, but that was something that definitely spoke volumes to me. Number one is that JT was the one doing all the talking, but she did make some very good points. I think that you shouldn't necessarily tell somebody to stop rapping. The thing about telling somebody to stop rapping, and I understand where fans are coming from too, is you want the person to elevate. They came into the music game with an image, with a name, with a style that's only going to last for so long. What they brought into the game, what Megan Thee Stallion brought into the game, I think she's been able to sustain a lot better because she's more consistent than them. They say that hip hop is a young man's game. The boss chick scammer music, that's also a young woman's game. So as they get older and as they've gotten older, new women have stepped into their lane and doing the ratchet shit even more ratchet than when they first came out, which is exactly why they had to name their album Real Ass Whores, because if everybody's up in the ante on what we came in doing, we got to let y'all know that we still here and we not letting y'all take our spot. So we got to scale it up even more. At some point, they're definitely going to outgrow their image. It seems like Young Miami, for the most part, has outgrown a lot of her image. I mean, she's wearing a lot of the pantsuits and stuff like that. She's elevating her brand. JT's done the same in a certain way as well. So it may not be a necessary breakup, but it does seem like the City Girls is soon to dissolve because they're going to grow up. They're going to want to do other things. They're not going to want to be looked at in the same light that they've always been looked at because the money opportunities are going to be on the other side of that anyway. She also made some good points about them not riding together in the same vehicle, being that they have their glam squad now, their hair and makeup teams. They have different videographers, camera people that are constantly filming them and getting footage of them. You got to transport those people, right? And each one is traveling with their own team. That's just how it works, right? So that does make a lot of sense. I think a lot of people overlook those types of things and details because it's not the public's responsibility to necessarily know that. But I do think as spectators continue to comment on the industry, if you're going to comment on it, at least dedicate some time to learn how things work. Y'all want to be experts. Y'all want to dissect how people look. You want to dissect their body language. How about dissecting some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes so that you can really know how these things work mechanically before putting out bad takes? Now, in addition to the breakup rumors, as I stated before, there's also some controversy around the Caresha Please podcast. We know that she doesn't drop very often, you know, and the people that she's had on there, she started out pretty high, but I think the quality of the guests have kind of declined a little bit. It seems to be something that's hindering the growth of the show. However, she did win a BET award just a couple weeks ago. Nore was very upset about that. Other podcasters in the field were upset about that because they put out so much work. They're dropping every weekend where she's dropping once or twice a quarter. Young Miami did, however, open her mouth to speak about that in this same interview.
What you said?
I just feel like people always saying that I don't deserve stuff. Why I don't deserve anything?
BET award.
I work hard. I deserve
do.
everything. When I just did my first live podcast, the line was around the corner. It's new. We in a new time. We in a new generation. I'm bringing something new. So why I don't deserve it?
I just feel like you don't put out enough. If you was putting them out every week, you'd be the biggest
Because
podcast
that's
in the
how
game.
I want to run my show, though. I want people to wait. I want my shit to be anticipated. I don't want to drop every week. That's how you just said. You don't like the way everybody doing.
Okay, that's true.
I want to do it. I want people to anticipate my shit.
But the first year you won it, when Drink Champs and
was
you
a
won
tie.
it at the same time, I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
Diddy,
I
come
ain't had
on
nothing
now.
to do with that. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
That had something to do with it. That's
How? So
Damn,
if
young.
that's the case, why I ain't with my VMA? If Diddy brought it and it was like,
that's
why
true.
he ain't buy that? Why he ain't buy that award?
probably can't afford the VMA. The BET award a little cheap.
He can't afford what?
Yo, shut
No,
up,
he can't
man.
afford the VMA.
He can't afford what?
You feel like you were taken away from your work and your grind.
Yeah,
that you
I
put in.
don't-
Not true.
I don't-
I love
Now you
Caresha
talk-
Please.
Now you talking over.
I don't like that. I just feel like as a black woman, people always discrediting us. Like, don't discredit me. I work hard. I'm away from my kids. I get up every morning. I put in the work. Like, I deserve everything that's coming to me. Don't do that.
Well, we can't be a little salty. What if we a little salty?
Yeah, just say that. Just say that. Then I'm like, okay, I feel you. I just feel like I deserve my shit. Like, I'm here. Like, God put me here for a reason.
That is true.
And I'm only 29. I came from nothing. I deserve that.
Yeah, I don't want you to feel
I
like
deserve that. I don't care what nobody say. I deserve
Y'all
that.
should probably
You didn't apologize
because
yet.
Caresha was about to hit
love
you.
Caresha, man. I ain't even
Don't say
want
y'all.
I ain't even want
Him.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
You
ain't
should
even wanted to take it the
apologize
wrong
to
way.
Caresha.
Only thing I was saying was, and I understand exactly where you're coming from. I want you to drop more. If you drop more, I'm like, yo, you can't even
She
front
said
on
she'll
Caresha.
want to drop more.
I get it. You know what I mean? But
I feel like
there are people that come out
me-
daily and weekly that really put in a lot of
That
People
shit
was
be
watching
tiring. That shit be tiring though. Like when
do?
you put out every week, it's like, God damn, you gotta let the audience grow, let the interview grow. Like, give people time to get into it. I don't want my shit to drop every week. I probably will, but it was my first time trying it out. So, I gotta learn how to talk too. I feel the nervous.
I disagree. People
y'all
can't get out of
for.
Summer Walker or Trina what you did if they don't talk like you.
Right.
You speak their language. You speak that language. So
Right.
don't think you got to change how you talk. I ain't learned how to talk in 25 years.
So that's what I'm saying. You just said that. So why you sit there and say I ain't deserve my award?
I didn't say you didn't deserve it, Caresha.
People come on there and they just like literally it be a vibe. We got hookah, we got drinks. Y'all ain't got no hookah up here.
We got drinks. We all
Y'all
got drinks. Y'all
They got
got
drinks.
Y'all ain't got no vibes up here.
We got a candle.
And I come to you. If you in New York, I'm putting up in New York. I'll put up on you. And I got the vibe.
We ain't got no hookah.
When you apologize,
I
say
said
you
you
were
don't
wrong.
deserve it, though.
Say you were
Caresha.
wrong.
I think
actually
that
said-
she deserved it.
Yeah, I didn't say she don't
I
deserve
personally
it.
think she deserved
I
it.
said, Caresha, you know what? You do deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I would love for the Breakfast Club to win. Y'all my favorite though. I would never front on y'all.
I don't think we should have won.
The Breakfast Club was in the category?
Yep.
I don't think we should have won.
JT, I love that you paid
I actually think
that
$1 million
the show
worth
was
of
even
game
in the
should've won.
category.
Oh,
Nah, I
didn't
would've felt like y'all
like,
should've won.
shit.
Oh, no.
I remember them talk about. I think two names that stuck out to me. I remember you talking about it, but I think it was like $1 million worth of game.
That's what I think she
Drink
won.
champs.
And Drink Champ.
I think $1 million worth of game should have won.
Right,
I love
because
Donkey
I
today.
love Gillian Wallow though, but why?
Yeah. Oh shit!
Oh, really?
So that's Gillian Wallow.
Yeah.
Oh, they dope.
Yeah.
They dope.
That's
$1
what I
million
thought
worth
should
of
have won.
game.
And I mean, Drink Champs is always consistent. But that's who I thought should have won.
I can appreciate Charlamagne being stern on his feelings without having to necessarily stomp on hers, right? I do agree that the Caresha Please show does need to be more consistent. I understand her take too, being that they can travel, that they move around, which a lot of shows don't necessarily go around the country to film with the different artists. It's kind of like if you're in my city, you stop through the studio and we make it happen. So that is a little bit of a different situation. $1 million worth of game, they move around a little bit. Most of the stuff is in their standard studio, but they will take it to different cities. If they got to go to Atlanta, if they got to go to LA, if they're meeting with Coach Prime, they're going to set up shop where they got to go. So I do understand where she's coming from on that, but I don't think anyone wants to hear that it's a lot of work, especially when there's others in the category that are actually doing the work that you don't want to do. Of course, she is still an active artist, right? That is a little slack we got to give her. But City Girls ain't been that active for a couple years. They dropped what? Before this album came out, they had what? 2 singles out through the whole pandemic? They were on hiatus anyway, which is how Caresha Please came to be. So I don't know, man. Maybe they were still touring. I know I did see them at the Dreamville Fest earlier this year, so they were on the road at least, at minimum. I guess we just got to give her some time to get used to doing that. She says she has to learn how to talk. She could stand to use a little bit of coaching. But ultimately, when it comes to saying whether or not somebody deserves an award, it does become a slippery slope because you don't want to discredit anybody's work to say they don't deserve something, because life isn't always fair. The person that puts out the top quality isn't always the most revered. It's not always the people that get the most credit. They're not always put in the spotlight the same way as others. Some people just have a different glow about them. The same thing happened in high school. Some people were popular by demand. Some people were popular just because they had that glow. Other people may not have fit in that space. This is what it is. Let me know what you guys think of all of this down below in the comments. Did you enjoy the City Girls album? Do you think that they should evolve? Do you think that they're going to continue putting out music? How do you feel about the Caresha Please podcast? Do you think she should have gotten the award? Do you think that she's really good at what she does in the podcast realm? Let me know. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace!
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross some out, came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble. New day, let's get it. Big chain, let's get it. More fame, let's get it. No shame, let's get it. New day, let's get it. Big chain, let's get it. More fame, let's get it. No shame, let's get it. I got 'em, get checked, no problem. Motivate like Wallow, chick gon' follow.